So we have two things happening here. We have bots that are trying to appear human, and then we have humans that are trying to be bots. And sometimes this can be really negative for people. Like, it can rip them off, like with Ashley Madison. So do people here know what Ashley Madison is? Just a show of hands. And how many of you are customers? So Ashley Madison was a dating site for married people who wanted to cheat. And wonderful, our modern world is wonderful. It was hacked a few years ago, and it was revealed that there were a lot of real married men who were on the site, but there were very few real human women. So the site decided to fix this imbalance by deploying over 70,000 female bots to send millions of messages to these men to keep them on the site. So essentially, these men were paying $49 a month to talk to robots, which, depending on how you feel about adultery, maybe they deserved. But in the future, Replika will be a much cheaper option for them. One of the problems with this deception, when we don't know who or what we're talking to, is that it makes it harder to hold people and companies accountable, opens us up to be deceived, whether by a bot on a dating site or by a Twitter bot spreading disinformation and fake news. And the technology is so new that it's a little outside of our existing legal frameworks, which is part of the reason why a California senator is currently pushing a bill that's called the Bolstering Online Transparency Act, which of course is a clever phrase whose acronym is BOT. So it's the BOT Act of 2018, and it would require bots to be identified as such on social media sites. So you would know when you were talking to an artificial intelligence.
And that's still just from a very technical legislative perspective, right? But one of the bigger challenges we have in this space, as we've seen with other technologies that has been rolled out at scale, is we don't know how they're going to react to people from different communities. Right? When someone's sitting in Silicon Valley and making a technology and making this business model for it, they're not thinking about all the different ways in which it can be appropriated. And one of the biggest challenges we're going to have with technologies like this, if we don't have transparent mechanisms to kind of audit them and ask questions of them, is that we won't know what is true to even greater extent than is happening at the present time.